The White House had Facebook censoring much more than just COVID misinformation. They were censoring anything that made the Biden-Harris ticket look bad.
Videos. The social media giant slapped a fact-check label on my video titled 5 Things You Need to Know About Kamala Harris. This video, by the way, has over 1 million views. But now, thanks to Facebook censorship, people cannot watch the video unless they agree to click through the fact-check label. So first of all, this is what I said in the video. Take a listen. Kamala Harris wants to take away your guns. Even though AR-15s are used in less than 2% of firearms-related homicides every year, Kamala Harris wants to make it illegal for you to own them. And she wants government to take them away from you if you already legally own an AR-15. Kamala calls this a mandatory buyback, which we all know is a sneaky liberal phrase for government confiscation of your firearms. Kamala wants the government to come to your door and force you to surrender your firearms at the point of the government's guns. Okay, so when you click on the fact-check label Facebook put on my video, it takes you to a PolitiFact article. And this is what the PolitiFact article says, and I quote, "Claim. Senator Kamala Harris said, if elected and you don't surrender your guns, I will sign an executive order and the police will show up at your door," end quote. PolitiFact then rated that claim to be false. But I never claimed that Kamala Harris said that. I said Kamala Harris wants to take away your guns. Keyword wants. Kamala Harris wants to make it illegal for you to own AR-15s. I said Kamala Harris wants government to take your AR-15 away from you. I said Kamala Harris wants the government to come to your door and force you to surrender your firearms at the point of the government's guns. Again, keyword wants. I said Kamala Harris wants this to happen because she does. Kamala Harris herself has said she wants a mandatory gun buyback program. Take a look.
What would you do about the millions of, specifically, assault weapons that are already in circulation? What do you do about those?
Well, there are approximately 5 million, to your point, Craig. We have to have a buyback program, and I support a mandatory buyback program. It's got to be smart. We got to do it the right way.
Kamala Harris has also flatly admitted that she wants to take your AR-15s away. Take a look at this.
But there are 5 million at least, some estimate as many as 10 million. And we're going to have smart public policy that's about taking those off the streets.
Kamala Harris said it herself. You just heard her. She wants to ban AR-15s. She wants to use a mandatory gun buyback program to do it. So think about the enforcement of a mandatory gun buyback program. This is not voluntary. This is mandatory. What does that mean? That means if you don't comply and surrender your legally owned firearms to the government, you will be committing a felony. What happens when a felon illegally possesses a firearm? Law enforcement come and take it away. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand the implications of a gun buyback program. In fact, Kamala Harris's fellow Democrat Beto O'Rourke admitted he would send law enforcement officers to people's homes if they refuse to comply. And guess who Joe Biden says he will put in charge of his gun policy if he's elected president? That's right, Beto O'Rourke. PolitiFact and Facebook, of course, know that Kamala Harris supports a mandatory gun buyback program and a ban on AR-15s. PolitiFact and Facebook also know exactly what a mandatory gun buyback program implies. Mandatory gun buyback programs are a euphemism for gun confiscation by the government. But PolitiFact and Facebook don't want you to see the truth because they saw that over 1 million Americans have watched my video and they can't have a viral video exposing the truth about the radical anti-gun policies of the Democratic vice presidential nominee.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.